before showing you interesting significant table about the settlers in Israel, some introduction. So very likely that you heard about this story, because in the papers all over the world. Jerusalem, August 6, Reuters. Washington has commended as terrorist the killing of a Palestinian by unsuspected Jewish settlers in sharpened language that appeared to Reuters U.S. frustration with surging violence in the occupied West Bank under Israel's hard right government. No, terrorists in Israel, Jewish terrorists, I'm sure you heard about this, yeah? Yeah, definitely, all over the world. There's a Jewish terrorist killing innocent Palestinians. So, the story is known, definitely in Burqa, yeah? The story is about a Jewish settler, shepherd, before Shabbos. He was shepherding, his cattle. Then the Arabs, which normally almost every day come with rocks, stones, and boots, all these sticks to murder, to kill. And this exactly was happening. Now the news about it came on Shabbos. Most of Jews who keep Shabbos don't know what is going on. So the Palestinians definitely said, the story, Jewish terrorists came and attacked us and murdered a young boy. So all over the world said Jewish terrorists. No, the people in the world definitely are very happy about such a thing. Yeah, United States and all this, Edomites were very much against Israel. So they advertised it all over. But what happened in the end? This was the paper. In the end, this is what is written down, the end to the saga. So in English, what was written there is the end of the Burqa saga. The court orders the release of the detainees, investigates the case, and it came to this frightening. Simple. It is so usual and understandable that every day the Arabs can be stoned with rocks, trying to kill people in cars and so on. Yeah, so there's something here. A shepherd, Arab Shabbos, even Shabbos when most of the people were ready for Shabbos, they took advantage and they took rocks, very high rocks, and they wounded this person very seriously in the brain. He had operation in the brain, right? So in the beginning, the Israeli they detained these people. Yeah, they listened to the police and reports. So they brought them into the real few days. They were there and investigated them. Then saw the whole picture, and this was the whole picture. That basically the usual story is that the Arab terrorists try to murder Jews, and so the court orders the release of detainees. Right? Now this phenomenon is unbelievable. That amazing Jewish people. What they are doing, they try to blame Jewish people, in such thing without investigating well, because also, unfortunately, we see that especially there are groups of Jewish groups which try to do everything against Jews, They even bring anarchists from Europe, to cause trouble to Jews, to Jewish soldiers. Terrible situation. How can you understand it? The Jews really, the stories, all stories, the hatred for Jews, one another brought to destruction of the first temple, the second temple, and many other disasters. And who knows if now also this what is going in Israel, it's argument and fighting between the left and the right, religious and fighting. So there is a sickness, terrible sickness, which is called autoimmune disorder, sickness. So what is this kind of sickness? This kind of sickness is that the body's immune system attacks and destroys the healthy body. Frightening. The Shabbat, the Shabbat was supposed to defend Israel. They claim there is a Jewish terror, and they claim that what was done by a Jewish terror is terrible. Why? Because they need money for this group of terror, Jewish terror, frightening, and everything was found to be a lie. And this is a situation really which is in the paper about the order of this person. Or this person, right? He came only with his cattle before Shabbos, while all the people were really preparing themselves for Shabbos, and the terrorists came and make an advantage. They threw a rock on his head. A terrible operation. So this is the situation, right? And this situation of autoimmune disorder, this is Israel. There is no explanation to such a phenomenon. The Jews blame Jews, terror, frightening, especially the settlers, because the leftists don't like settlers because they believe in Messiah, in the Bible, and they don't believe, so therefore there's a hatred to religion, to Torah, and so on. So let us see the table. This is the story. When you have you can see it, what they carry the body of Palestinians who was killed during clashes with Israel, etc. There's a whole story, frightening. So, let us see the table, very significant table. Why? The first thing you have here, minimum in the Torah, HaMitnachalim, in green. In green, the settlers. Best meeting in the Torah is sinat in red, hatred to the settlers. It is known, that the great hatred to the settlers. They said, they are doing all the problems, they are terrorists, and by these people, young people who love Israel, want to settle there. Right? Frightening. So who are those who really brings this hatred? The small, the left. You have in black left. For the leftists, we say the heavenly messenger from Malek of the leftists is called Samael, because he wants to blind God. He doesn't want Israel to keep Torah, Sabbath, and so on, And the Bagatz also, the Supreme Court, is why allowed so easily for non-Jewish people to settle in Israel, because they want the land to be really not Jewish state. So then you have here the leftists, who really, and Meretz, this party which is very much to the left, the Bagatz, most of the members of the Supreme Court belong to them. And Lapid minimum the Torah, amazing, minimum is the same line of hatred. Because Lapid, like his father, Tommy Lapid, they hated so much the religious, the people who keep Torah. So his hatred, to the settlers to keep the Torah is frightening. And this comes Lapid minimum the Torah. The inciter, and his first name, Yair Lapid, unbelievable. He is really one of those who very much develops this hatred and incitement against those people, the settlers who keep Shabbat, who loves Israel. Now what more you have the Shabbat, HaShabbat, because they claim that there is a terror, Jewish terror, and they are going to fight with them and need money for this group. The part in the Israeli police, I think, were against the Jewish terror. So it's very much happy to have every opportunity to say, yes, there is a Jewish terror, and we deserve money. So there is such a story that happened now on Shabbos. They took advantage of. Now, people who are against Jews, Torah, physically want to destroy them, called Amalek. Amalek also are people who want to destroy Israel spiritually, which is called the Erev Rav, the mixed multitude. The leftists in Israel, Lapid and Lieberman and Barak, all those are hating the Orthodox Jews. And in fact, a Jew can be also a Amalekite. In fact, it's very famous. There's a great Rabbi Chafetz Chaim said about those Russian Jews who used to take and try to bring to the army his force, young Jewish boy, to prepare them for the army, definitely cutting them from the Jewish tradition. So the Chafetz Chaim says, these people, they are Jewish, Bolsheviks, but they are part of Amalekite. So those who are hating very much Jews themselves are also Amalekites. We have people like this, Zahavi, you have Lieberman, Lapid, Barak, and so on. So, what more we have in the table? Unbelievable, you have parallel. Parallel is very, very significant. In parallel, you can see it in gray, the Hebrew word alila, label. Yeah, label, yeah. Alila, making stories, yeah. And this is what is behind, but terror, the main idea is the terror of the Arabs, yeah. This is behind everything, but because, unfortunately, there are Jewish who hate religious and settlers because they are all believing the Torah and the Bible, Lapid and the Shabbat, yeah, and Meretz. So they make these stories. But now, after really investigation, you must know that for a few days, this man, he was in hospital after this terrible operation that a rock hit his forehead. Yeah, he was really he was detainee, yeah, he was really like in prison. Then, because this was the story they told in the beginning, that the Jewish terrorists killed the other, but then the friends found out that it was cheating to save himself, because if they would send through another rock, as in no more being alive, yeah. So he saved himself. But the hatred to Jews is terrible, yeah. And this is really Israel has terrible sickness of autoimmune disorders. Yeah, the body itself, the Jews themselves, supposed to be immune to defend Israel for terror, Arab terror, opposite. Yeah, they destroy the healthy body. Those who believe in Judaism, believe in the Torah, in God. So interesting and significant and unfortunately relevant table to our time.